Hi, this is Marek from TripSolo. Today I want to show you a game called The Phantom, the card game. It's a game published by Games by Lyck. The game was on Kickstarter last year. It was successfully funded, and I think that now it's being sent to the backers. This game is, as you can see probably from the cover, is based on a comic book series called The Phantom. It's a comic book series from the 30s, from the last century. I think I'm not sure if it's still continued, but it was very popular in the 30s. And the Phantom, according to the internet, is the first superhero who wore the, tight fit suit. So he's, like he was before all the other superheroes that we know now. And this is a card game where you can play as either the Phantom or his, I think, sidekick or partner, Diane. As I told you, I'm not familiar with this series, so if I make some mistakes, just let me know in the comments. I love comic books, I have a lot of them on the shelf behind me, but Phantom is new to me, so I'm happy I will have a chance to learn his story. And in the game you have two separate decks for either the Phantom or Diane, and you can play it solo or cooperatively. And you have 3 adventures, different adventures, each has a separate deck, and you can play it. But the adventures are not like, if you know the story, it's just one-time scenarios, because the game is about, mechanics, about fun combos and getting different cards. You can play with 2 characters, you have I think 4 difficulty levels, and some of the adventures have like branching story paths, so you will not see all the cards and all the story options on your first playthrough. And this game is not a living card game or collectible card game, so you don't have to worry that you will have to spend your food for your money, food for for cards, because this is like a standalone box. You have 2 decks of character cards and the 3 adventures. I know that the publisher has plans to make some expansions, but for now it's like, you get this box and you can play it. You don't have to buy any additional, expansions, character packs, or nothing like, I don't know, Marvel Champions or, Arkham Horror. So this is a nice, nice option, because I'm not a huge fan of living card games where you are not forced, but you are encouraged to, to get new packs and new cards, and it's, it's like a well where you throw your money in. The box is like, it's black. You can see how the game looks like when you set it on the table. So let's not waste any time and let's open the box. I will show you how it looks like inside. I will try not to spoil anything. No, not the adventures and anything, but I will show you what I can. So let's open the box. Okay, so this is how the box looks like. It's not that small box, it's quite thick. Let's open it and let's take a look at the content. Okay. Let's open the box. The cover is quite nice. Okay, so what do we have inside? I know that there were different editions of the game, because I know that there was edition on Kickstarter where the Phantom was blue, and this one is kind of purple, and there was also a deluxe edition and regular edition. I think this is the deluxe edition, because in the deluxe edition there was a card holder, but we will see it in a second. First, the rulebook. It's 16 pages long, but it's not really complicated and it's well written. I read the PDF version and you know, it explains everything really well. How to set the game up, how to play it, and there are some, you know, glossary, and there are some variants that you can use. So the rulebook is quite good. And I think this is the card holder. You can, you know, use it to I think hold the enemy cards in the game. What do we have here? These are the player boards that you can use in the game. You can play as two characters, as Diana and as the Phantom. They are quite thick, double-sided. They are really nice because you have you not only use them for, you know, placing cards, like cards here and here. Here you can place the resource tokens, but you also have the all the phases listed and explained what you do in every phase of every turn. So you don't have to, you know, check the rule book. You can just use these player boards to play the game. Okay, and what's here? And here we have the, here there are the player boards here, but we also have the tokens. They are, you know, double-sided. They are used either for resources or for, you know, damage tokens, for example, or for mission tokens. And they are just, you know, regular tokens. And what else do we have? I see the box is quite, you know, smashed, but this is because of my DHL, you know, courier, because they had a really big problem with delivering the package. So this is a bag. I'm not sure what for exactly. Probably to store all the tokens when you don't, you know, when you put the game back in the box. So it's nice. It's a nice, yeah, nice bag. Much better than a regular, you know, zip bag. And it has the Phantom logo on it. So here are all the cards. And these are, I think, some promo cards that were added to the deluxe edition of the game, because the deluxe edition it has some, I think, promo cards. You can check them. And it also has this card holder, and this is, I think, the only difference between the deluxe and regular version. These are some cards that you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think these are cards. They have maybe different artwork. I'm not sure. I will have to check it when I open the rest of the cards. But as you can already see, the design and the graphics on cards are really nice, because they are taken from the original Phantom comic, and they are very, you know, retro. This is really cool. Battlefield. As I told you at the beginning of the video, I'm not very familiar with Phantom comic book series, so this is like a good option for me to, you know, get to know the character and get to know his story. Let me try to fix the box, and I will be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back with the box. It's as good as new. Everything is okay. We can put everything back inside. You have place for the cards, and I think the box also has place for some expansions that the creator of the game, I think he has in plans some expansions, so you can store everything inside. So what do we have here? Let me open the cards. There are some adventure cards here as well, and I don't want to spoil anything. I will have to sort the cards and to check everything. but these are the cards for the Phantom, I think. 26, 27, yeah, okay. So this is the deck for the Phantom, and you have wounds cards, injury cards. When you get injured and when you get hit by, you know, some enemy, then you draw a injury card, and it's, you know, does something when it's in play. Like if you have a total of 3 injury cards in play at the same time, you are knocked out. So you don't have like life points, but you get the injuries. And if you get 2 injuries, like here, leg injury, to the same cards during your gameplay, and you don't get rid of it, you can lose the game. And here are the cards specific for Phantom: Campfire, Cold, Message from the Jungle Drums. Very nice card design. As you can see, all the cards, they have some story text at the bottom. It's taken from the comic books, and then you have, you know, the description, what is the card doing in game. Here you have some symbols, like what kind of resources you have to pay to put the card in play, or you can discard the card to get this resource shown on the right side of the card. So this is the deck for Phantom. This is the deck for Diane. 26, 27. All the cards are, they have numbers here, so it's easy to, you know, to sort the cards, and you know what is for, you know, which cards are for from what deck. And you can see the art is different on the second deck, so it's not like 2 the same decks, but I think playing Phantom and playing Diana is completely different. So it's nice that you have 2 heroes in the box that you can pick, especially if you play solo, because it adds to, you know, replayability, because you will be able to play with one character or another. And this is okay. This is the deck for adventure, because you have 3 adventures in it. I think this is the first one. And you have some text, like the adventure begins, and then you have some text how to set the game up, which card you have to put in play, which card you have to put on the side, and how to create a Destiny deck, because Destiny, these cards, they are called Destiny cards, and these are cards that you draw every turn, and they have something to do with the story. There are some objectives in it that you must accomplish, or some enemies that you have to defeat, and they are the story cards for every adventure. But you have a lot of other cards, and I wanted to show you something. I'm not sure if I will find it, because the game uses, maybe it's not here, maybe in the other text. Because first, I wanted to tell you that the game uses some kind of achievements, and achievements are like cards that you can get during your gameplay, and then you can add these cards to your hero deck, to the Phantom or to Diane deck. And what's cool about it is that, okay, this is another story. I will have to, you know, organize the cards. But the cool thing about achievement is that if you do something like this is a scenario about slaves, for example, if you have both track cards in resolve pile, you gain a card, and you add these cards to your deck, but you can keep the cards even after you finish the game. So the next time you play the game, your hero deck has more cards and it has better cards. So the next time you play the game, never mind which scenario, you can use these cards to in your advance. So maybe next time you play the game, you can try higher difficulty level, So this is really cool. And there is also loot. Like for every adventure you have some loot table. So depending how much points you get by, there's the whole mechanisms, but after defeating an enemy you have a chance to get loot, and these are also sometimes you get some resources, but sometimes you can get a card that you can add to your deck. So this is really nice. I will just show you quickly the card because there is a story on this card, so I don't want to spoil anything. But as you can see, the art is really nice. It's like, you know, old school, but in a very cool way. And you have 3 adventures here. More adventures probably will be released in the future. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is a chance that the game will get more stories and more adventures. Okay, so here are the achievements for the first adventure that I showed you before. You have to, you know, organize the decks accordingly to the icons here. And this is another story, the bet. The second adventure, I think, is about Diane. Cool. You can see a lot of cards with cool art. And in this game you will, you know, fight some slaves and blow up some camps and, you know, do investigations. Like, you know, you can imagine comic books from the last century. So this is like, you know, a bit old school, but I think quite fun story that is here in all these adventures. So this is how the Phantom looks like. As you could, you know, predict, it's mostly based on cards. So you have cards, some tokens, player boards, and the rulebook. I hope you like what you have seen in this unboxing. I hope the game looks interesting to you. If you are interested how to play it solo, and if you are interested in my opinion, and if you want to see more photos from the game, visit me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I will put links in the description, as well as a link to the Games by Lyck website, where you can find more information about the Phantom, the card game. And thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!